What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports, and I'm back to you guys with my Week 5 Alliance of American Football Power Rankings. Going to be telling you guys the best teams all the way down to the worst teams. And this was pretty hard this week because a lot of things happened. A lot of undefeated teams ended up losing. Well, only one ended up losing. That was Birmingham. And then you had the Atlanta Legends and the Memphis Express getting their first win. So this was a very hard video for me to make. And this was probably the most hardest week of making power rankings I've had so far this year for the Alliance of American Football. But it's a job and it has to be done. So here we go. The worst team in the Alliance of American Football League going into Week 5 are the Salt Lake Stallions. These guys have dropped 3 games in a row. It's pretty much that's all that needs to be said. They are the worst team in the Alliance of American Football League. They are 1-3. The Memphis Express just won the game. The Atlanta Legends just won the game. Meanwhile, these guys have lost 3 games in a row. So they, no doubt, deserve to be at number 8. At number 7, we have the Atlanta Legends. Now, even though the Atlanta Legends won the other day, I mean, they barely won. But, I mean, a win is a win. But, I mean, they still are the 7th worst team in the Alliance of American Football. They are 1-3. I'm happy that they finally got the victory. My guy Aaron Murray was finally able to showcase his abilities. I don't know what took them so long to do that, but they are the 7th worst team in the Alliance of American Football. Even though they had a good win versus the Arizona Hotshots, who didn't have their starting quarterback, John Wolford, who was out, they are still, in my opinion, the 7th best team. I don't see how you can be 1-3 and just jump from number 7 last week on my power rankings to like the top 4. That cannot happen. At number 6, I had the Memphis Express, another team who had a good showcase with a new quarterback. I had them at number 6. They are 1-3. I don't see how they can make that big of a jump from where they were last week. I believe I had them at number 8 all the way into the top 4. It doesn't work like that, but that was a good win that they had against the San Diego Fleet. That was a very good game, a very impressive game from Zach Mettensberger, and I had them at number 6. At number 5, I have the San Diego Fleet. The San Diego Fleet, I was very high on them last week. I believe I had them at number 3. They lost to the Memphis Express, and they're back down at number 5. I don't think there's any more that needs to be said about their position at number 5. They obviously, at this moment, are not one of the top 4 teams in the Alliance of American Football League, and that's why they're at number 5. And I was very disappointed with their outing on defense. They are a much better defensive team than what they did against Memphis, and I had them at number 5. At number 4, I have the Arizona Hotshots. Now, the Arizona Hotshots, I believe I had them at number 3 last week. They only dropped down 1 spot in my power ranking because even though they are 2-2, right, they are still a pretty good team. I believe they were they have lost 2 games in a row, which is surprising. And week 3, I had them at number 2 behind the Orlando Apollos. Then they lost to the Salt Lake Stallions, and I dropped them down to number 3 because I still felt they was a good team. And now this week, they are at number 4. And the reason why they're at number 4 is because even though they have lost 2 straight games in a row, I don't believe at this part of the season, at this moment, they are worse than the San Diego Fleet, the Memphis Express, the Atlanta Legends, or the Salt Lake Stallions. And I still believe they are a pretty good team, even without their starting quarterback. And Trevor Knight is a pretty solid replacement. I mean, I believe they took him as their first-round pick in the protector pick draft. So I was expecting a lot more out of them, but I had them at number 4. At number 3, I had the San Antonio Commanders, who probably got one of the most important wins they needed in the whole entire season. They were losing 2 games in a row, had quarterback controversy, but they got a very good win, a very close win, a narrow victory against a good Birmingham Iron team, and I had them at number 3. At number 2, I had the Birmingham Iron. Had them at this spot last week. Even though they lost by 1 point, their offense did what they did all entire season. I don't think it's just their offense is bad. I just think it's the scheme that they run because they're a run-first team. So kind of like the old traditional Alabama teams, run first, beat you with defense. I still have them at number 2. I still believe they are the second best team in the Alliance of American Football League at this moment, despite losing and being 3-1. And at number 1, everybody already knows who it is. It's the Orlando Apollos. Nothing needs to be said. They are the best team in the Alliance of American Football League. They are undefeated, and they are going to show down the Birmingham Iron this week, so I'm looking forward to that game. So you guys let me know what you guys think about my power rankings down in the comment section below. You can agree or disagree, argue with me down in the comment section. I'll try to respond back, defending myself or whatever. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Alliance of American Football videos.